Good afternoon, morning, evening or night, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alex, and this episode's subject comes in from Maya, who asks, the game Hatred having its Greenlight campaign pulled from Steam, and your views on the game in general. Not really a question the way it's phrased, but doesn't matter. So Hatred, if you don't know, is a PC game where the objective is you're a dude who's fed up with the world, so he picks up a gun and goes around killing innocent people. That's it. That's the premise. And people have been getting upset about this, as you'd expect. This is the internet. Everything needs to be taken wildly out of realistic proportions. And people were getting upset about it, saying the game shouldn't be released. And then the game was pulled from its Steam Greenlight campaign, despite having a wild amount of support, which any other game would be straight, you're in, sort of thing. But then it was pulled. And it eventually has been sorted out now. And I think Gabe Newell himself has put the game back up onto the Greenlight thing, but which is very good of him to do that. He did put it back up because when you start filtering things like that, then where's it going to end? Who's to say what should be and what shouldn't be published? Because I hate saying this, but art is art. Hatred. It might it be art to you? Maybe not. It's questionable. But that's what art is, isn't it? And art is something that gives you a emotional reaction, whether it be in the tasteless, disgusting way that Hatred does it. Because I don't think Hatred's anything inventive or anything, particularly interesting. It's craving for attention, and it is just tasteless. But does that mean that I don't want it to exist? No. Will I play it? No. Do I care about it? No. And that's if it does offend you that much, just don't play it. Don't give it any attention. Don't throw any money its way. I expect what happened behind the scenes was these people made this game and were like, oh, it's a bit boring, isn't it? Nothing really going on here. Well, how about we make it about murdering innocent people because it will cause a lot of controversy? Well, that's a good idea. Let's do that. And it did, surprisingly. I'm so surprised. But this whole Steam Greenlight and people getting annoyed thing aside, the thing that gets to me most, why is it that games are held to a different standard to every other form of media? Okay, for these people, it's fine to have tasteless movies. It's fine to have tasteless music. It's fine to have tasteless books. But when it's games, oh no, you're not allowed to have that. That is unacceptable. Oh yes, because think of the children. If they play this, they will become murderers and do what they see in the game. Look, shut up. Just shut up, you fucking mongoloids. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. If you're a parent worrying about this shit, guess what? Don't let your kids play it. Don't be watchful of them. Control what they're absorbing into their innocent little minds if you care so much. I grew up on some of the most violent movies you can think of at the time. Aliens, Terminator, Tremors. And I turned out fine. But in all seriousness, it gets to me so much, this ridiculous argument for why games suddenly, for some reason, are held to a different standard. And I see this argument, I see this exact same thing repeat itself over and over with Hatred, with something else, with a new game that hasn't been released, with the GTA, with all these controversial things that it's fine to have in any other form of media, but because games are so young and these fucking old people don't understand it, it's like, oh, okay, let's get rid of it then. It's not art to them. Just like comic books when they came out, just like horror movies, just like rock music, it's the same thing every time. Because once these people that didn't grow up with games, don't understand it, once they all start gradually dying off and people like me are ruling the world, well, not me, my generation of people are controlling everything, guess what? No one's going to care. It's going to be something new causing all this bollocks, some new form of entertainment, I don't know, porn glasses that you wear on your head, something like that. That will be the problem. That will be the thing that's causing kids to pick up guns and shoot each other. Jesus Christ, it's such a silly. Take a step back. Just take a step back and look at the situation. And the thing is, in our little insulated internet world, it's still nobody knows. Because as a whole, people still have this perception that, oh, GTA makes you violent. Video games, they're bad and they're for kiddies, It's not as bad as it used to be, but it's still quite I feel kind of embarrassed when I say that I talk about games, and I shouldn't. That's terrible. That is terrible. It's fine when you're listening to a movie soundtrack or something, but suddenly when you bring up game soundtracks, oh, that's nerdy. That's dumb. That's for kids. What the hell's wrong with you? I've completely derailed this onto something more personal to me, but let's end it now, I guess. So where do you stand then? Where do you stand on this whole filtering of games and hatred and just anything to do with this whole subject? You know, if you know anyone, go tell them. Go tell them. If you know anyone that's like, oh, GTA will make you violent and stuff, go and tell them what I said. Go and tell them. Show them this video. Anyway, I've gone on long enough on this one. So as always, thanks for watching. All comments and ratings are very much appreciated. And make sure you leave a suggestion for future Jar Blabs. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Beware.